Hello everyone, welcome to Graphic Designers Workshop. Let us see how to create 3 different types of flowers in Illustrator. So let us start. Let's create an A4 size landscape document, and we will give our document the name flowers. Right. So now we will create our first flower. So I'm selecting an ellipse and we'll give it a gradient. So just we will select this colors panel, and here we will keep RGB as a color, and we will give it some brownish color, and also we'll also give an yellow and brownish color to this ellipse. Right. Then we will remove the stroke. Then we will make these points on top and at the bottom sharp. Just select the top point, and here we have an option, convert selected anchor points to corner, and we will do the same thing for the bottom point. Right. Then we will select these 2 points at the center, and we will just hold shift and just move them to the bottom, just like this. It looks like a leaf, or we can say petal. Right. And we'll also do one thing. We will change the gradient style to radial gradient, and make sure that the light color is at the center and the dark colors are at the corners. Right. And we can hit G here. G will activate the annotator. This is the annotator, and we can control the gradient. See, we can just change the direction or the position of the gradient. Right. Right. So now what we'll do is we'll create duplicates of this shape. So to create duplicates of this shape, we will select the rotate tool, and we will hold Alt and Shift and move the center point of this shape. We'll move it somewhat over here, slightly away from the shape, and we will release the mouse. The moment you release the mouse, you can see this rotate dialog. Simply select the option, copy, and make sure that you keep the angle as 24 degrees. Right. And now we have to hit Ctrl plus D to duplicate, to create duplicates in this way. Right. So now we got these duplicates. So now what we'll do is we will just group everything. Just will increase it, and we will now hit Ctrl C and Ctrl F. It will create a duplicate exactly on top of the original. Right, something like this. And we will create one more duplicate. Ctrl C and Ctrl F. Right. And we will create one more duplicate. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. And we will make it small like this. Right. So we can slightly increase the size here. Right. And now what we'll do is, I will select a perfect ellipse and we will also change its gradient. And we want a red color and orange color, or say yellow color, pure yellow color. And we will put the yellow color at the middle, at the center. Just we'll click on this reverse gradient. Right. And now we will keep this ellipse at the center of this flower. Right. And now we will group everything, Ctrl G, and we will use Alt and Shift to center scale the flower. Right. And now what we'll do is, we will also create a stem. Right. Using the pen tool. And we want the stem to be a stroke. So here we can just click this this arrow to swap the fill to stroke. Right. And now we will increase the stroke, and also we will change the stroke color to, we will first turn off the fill, we will change the stroke color to green. So what we can do is, we will just select the green color. Right. And also we will change the gradient to linear. Right. And we will also change the light green color to a little bit dark. Right. Now it looks better. Right. And we can keep it here. And also we will right click and we will select arrange and we will click on send to back. Right. And now we will create a simple leaf. We can create again the leaf again, but instead what we'll do is, we will just ungroup this and we'll ungroup again, and we can just hold Alt and just take one of these petals, right, and then we will give it a green color. Right. And also we will turn off the stroke. Right. And we can select radial for this. Right. So something like this. So we will just rotate it and then we will keep it here. We will just rotate it like this. Right. And we will also create one more stem. Just we will select the pen tool, and then we will just connect this stem to this leaf. Right. And also we will swap the fill to stroke. Right. And also we will slightly increase the stroke width here. So we can just slightly increase it. Right. This looks better. Right. And we can actually change the stroke to a normal shape. So how we can do that? Simply we will select the stroke and we will go to object, and here we have an option expand. Right. That's it. And now we will group both these objects, the leaf and the stem. Ctrl G. And we will take one more duplicate by holding Alt and drag. Right. And we will also flip it. Simply right click, transform, and here we have an option reflect. Right. Something like this. Right. So here we have completed our first flower. What we'll do is, we will just select this leaf and stem and we will group it, right. And also we will select the stem, we will right click on it, we will select arrange, and we will click on send to back, right. So we have completed our first flower. Now we will move on to the next flower. So here I will be selecting the ellipse again, but this time I will select the bottom point, and here we have an option, convert selected anchor points to corner, right. And then I will select the top point and I will just move these handles. I want to change the shape a little bit, right, something like this. And also I will select these handles on the sides and I will rotate them, so something like this. So it should look like a balloon, but actually this is the petal of a flower, right. So we can tweak it, adjust it till we get a proper shape, right. Now what we'll do is we will give it an orange color, an orange gradient actually. So simply we'll select the orange, and also we'll select yellow, a yellow and orange gradient. And also we can just pick a bright orange color, right, and make sure that the central color is light, right. So something like this. Then what we'll do is, see, we have used a rotate tool to create this flower, and for this flower we will be now using transform option. So where is the transform option? So we'll go to effect menu, and here in effect menu we have distort and transform, and in distort and transform we have an option transform, right. And once you select the transform effect dialog will appear. So we have plenty of options over here. So what are the options that we are interested in? So let us see. So here we have angle, so we'll put the angle as 60, right. And also we want copies actually. So here we'll take let us say 6 copies, and also we will change the center point here. So here the center point is at the center of the object, so we will change the center point, right. So see here, the moment you have changed the center point, you can see the flower, you got the shape of the flower, right. And there is nothing much you can do, just simply click OK. So it's very simple, very easy. In just a few steps we have created a beautiful flower, right. See, I can't select these petals actually, so I can only select this one. So what we can do to select all the petals? So we have to go to object and we have to select expand appearance. The moment you select expand appearance, you will be able to select the entire shape. This is the original one, but all these petals are created with the transform option. So you cannot directly select them until you expand, right. So now we will use Alt and Shift to just scale it down, right. Then what we'll do is we will again create one ellipse, and this time I will change the outer color to pure red, something like this, and I will put this at the center, something like this, right. So we have completed this flower. Just we will group it, and also we will take a duplicate of this stem and we will just put this stem to this flower, Right, that's it. So we have completed two different types of flowers. Now we are left with just one type of flower. The third flower is a little bit complicated. It's not as straightforward as these flowers. So let us see how we can create this flower. For this flower, I'll be using this star tool, right? So we will select the star tool and just click once. And if we click, we can see the points. The points here are 20. So we'll keep 20 points and then simply click OK. So now we got a star. We will change the gradient for the star. So we can actually change the gradient to say something lime green, something green close to yellow, so something like this. This looks better. Another color has to be pure yellow, right? And then what we'll do is we'll select the direct selection tool and then we will just change the shape here, so we can see. So if you just move these circles, now the shape looks like this. So we need to get this kind of shape, right? So we will also reverse the gradient. Here we have an option, reverse gradient. So what it will do is, it will put the dark color at the center and the light color at the corners. And also we will make the dark color a little bit extra dark. So something like this, right? So it should look something like this. It might resemble the coronavirus, but it's okay, right? So also we will activate the annotator and we will try to just position the gradient properly. So something like this, right? So now what we'll do is we will take one more duplicate of this. So we'll just use Ctrl C and Ctrl F. We'll be creating a duplicate exactly on top of the original. We'll just use Alt and Shift to center scale, right? So now we got a duplicate, and also we will change the color of this duplicate, the inner shape. So what we'll do is we will just select orange and pure yellow color, right? So something like this. Right. So now what we'll do, we will select both these objects by holding Shift, and then we'll go to Object, and here we have an option Blend. We will actually change the blend options here. So we have to change the blend options to specified steps, and also here we will just put a value 140, and then we'll simply click OK. And we'll just go to Object again by selecting both the objects, and we'll go to Blend and we'll click on Make, right? So now we got many duplicates, and then we'll go to Effect menu here, and in Effect menu we can find Distort and Transform, and in Distort and Transform we will select Pucker and Bloat. So we will select Pucker and Bloat, and in Pucker and Bloat we will put a value of -23, and we will simply click OK. So you will see something like this. And the next thing we are supposed to do is we will go to Effect menu, and in Effect menu again we will go to Distort and Transform, and then we will select the option Roughen. Just click on Roughen, right? And in Roughen, what we are supposed to do is we will just put the detail to 0. We will increase the size. We will put the option here as absolute, and also we'll put the option here as smooth, and we can see the change. And we will put the size value to its maximum. Right. So here we got a shape, and we will simply click OK. And then what we'll do is we will slightly adjust the shape properly. So to adjust the shape, simply right click on the shape and select isolate selected group. Right. Now we can try to adjust these individual shapes, individual stars actually. So we can increase or decrease, and also we can change the gradient. So what we can do is, here I will change the gradient. So let me keep it to a green color, and also the another color has to be somewhat light green. See, we can see some instant results. And also we can slightly increase or decrease the shape actually. So something like this. Right. And once we are done with this, we can simply click on this back button to go back. Right. And then what we'll do is we will ungroup the previous flower, because we want this red color circle or red color ellipse. We will hold Alt and take a duplicate here. Right. And actually the duplicate is appearing behind, I guess. Right, let me check. Just take a duplicate here, and just right click, and we have to select arrange and bring to front. Right. So now we can see so we can just scale it if you want. Right. And then what we'll do is we will just take this stem, just take the duplicate of this stem, and then keep it exactly behind this third flower. Right. And also we can slightly reduce the color here. It's the color, we can see the red color around the corner of this ellipse, so we can make it slightly greenish if you want. So something like this. If you think the green is better, we can keep green, black. Okay. And to finish off everything, what we'll do is we will put a background. So the background is, just we will import a background. So here is the background, we will just import it, and we'll just make it big. And also we will put the background behind the flowers. Simply right click, arrange and select send to back. Right. And we will invert here. So we'll just go to select, and here we will select inverse, so that all the flowers are selected. So what we can do is we can just move them a little bit to the bottom of our document. Right. And now we will give the final output for our document. So we will simply go to file and we will select save as, and we will select PDF. PDF stands for portable document format. So now we will just type 3 flowers, and we will just simply click on save. and we will click on Save PDF. Right. So these are the 3 flowers we have created in Illustrator using different techniques. For the first flower we have used the rotate tool. For the second flower we have used the transform tool. For the third flower we have used the blend and the roughen options. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do subscribe, like, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.